Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I have with me my cousins Sunny and Sharon.
Hello.
They have been staying in Dubai for quite some time now, and we'll be asking them some questions about anybody who's moving from India to Dubai, and that way you'll have some knowledge about how to go about it. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to start off by first asking you, where exactly are you located in Dubai?
Well, me and Simi, my sister, we live in Al Nahda too. It's in between Gises and Sharjah. It's the last exit towards Sharjah, so more north of Dubai. And
Well, for me, I live in Sharjah, the first exit into Sharjah. Alright, that's Al Nahda basically of Sharjah. And then we are just 5 minutes apart from Al Nahda to where my sister Sharon stays.
so it's more residential, and it has a lot of schools around our house. We chose that location because of where Sunny and Simi work. Both of them work in the same school, which is only about 4 kilometers from our house. So, and commuting is a challenge. So, in order to stay close to their workplace, because when we moved in, not every one of us had a car.
Right.
Now, of course, all of us have our own cars. But back then, when we decided to stay in this area, we didn't. So, it was more about a proximity issue to work.
Right.
But over time, it became our home. So, yeah, it was more of a proximity issue. And once we stayed there for more than 2-3 years, it just became our house. We're familiar with the zone. There are more than 12-15 schools around our home. We've
Right.
got a pond park right down.
Okay.
So, just walk down and have your regular walks.
So convenience
around.
is good where you are
It's very
staying.
convenient.
Very convenient.
Well, we lived together for almost 6 years. Both my sisters, my wife, and me in the same place. That is
Wow.
in Dubai.
Right.
But because we had families coming in on a regular basis and we fell short of space, so that's when we decided that two of us, my wife and me, will move out and take another additional space,
Right.
so that when families come, it would be easier to accommodate them. And hence we chose to move into Sharjah, which is very reasonable at the point when we went into, and closer to our home where we were, so that travel between both homes would be easier
Easy.
for us. Yeah.
So somebody who's watching this video and doesn't know the exact geography of Dubai and Sharjah, would you mind telling them what's the distance between Dubai and Sharjah? Or is
Honestly,
it just inside Dubai?
It's not, there's no distance at all between Dubai and Sharjah. Going from Dubai to Sharjah is like going from Borivali into Dahisar in Bombay.
Okay. Right.
Or moving from Colaba into Marine Drive in Bombay, in South Bombay, because
Right.
it's pretty much, there's no distance. Both of these emirates are just divided by one fence. It's
Right.
literally a fence.
A
You
fence.
cross
Okay.
the fence and you're into another emirate. But having said that, these are the only two emirates that are like this.
Okay.
For the rest of the UAE, we do have to travel distances to cover and reach another emirate.
Right.
It's only these two emirates,
These
which
two
is why a lot of people who work in Dubai opt to live in Sharjah, because rent and living is a little more affordable as compared to Dubai.
Right.
So a lot of people choose to live in Sharjah and commute to work in Dubai.
Dubai.
So
Okay.
that's how it
It's
works.
because of the affordability.
Yes, affordability, and again, the emirate is next to Dubai.
Next to Dubai.
You just
Okay.
cross like 50 meters and you're into the next emirate. It's like that.
So let's say if somebody is moving from India to Dubai, can you walk me through the process for renting, or how would that work for anybody who is planning to move?
Okay. So, when you're new to Dubai, a lot of how you're going to live in Dubai is based on your income, and that is one of the main factors that decide which area of Dubai you're going to live or what kind of an accommodation you're going to take. So, we live in our own place. We rent it out from the landlord to a real estate company. So, the real estate company is the mediator between me and the landlord of this apartment.
Okay.
They get our paperwork done.
Right.
I submit my residence visa to them, which I get from my company. I submit my Emirates ID, which is very important in the process.
Okay.
I give them my passport details and everything. So basically, you start by house hunting.
Okay.
You locate which area or which kind of a suburb you want to live in.
Right.
And that decides whom you're reaching out to. What we did to find our apartment is we just drove around the area that we liked.
Okay.
And every building has the sign that says to let.
Okay.
So if they say to let, it means there's something available inside.
Right.
So you just call the number, you reach out to the watchman, they'll show you whatever places are available. So that's
Okay.
how we house hunted.
You house hunt.
We didn't go through a real estate agent at
Okay.
that time because we didn't see that as a necessity.
Right.
So yeah, we walked into buildings and all. We liked one we saw. Sunny liked one we saw. The place where we live in right now was actually shortlisted by him.
Okay.
He chose about 4 places for us. When we saw this, we just loved it. We've got a balcony in the hall room.
Right.
We've got a small balcony outside the kitchen.
Nice.
And that was our main prerequisite. We wanted a balcony.
Balcony.
Because you see, we grew up in this house.
Right.
You just step out and you're
And
outside.
then you're outside, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
being
yeah.
cooped
No,
up
of
in an
course.
apartment.
Yeah.
So we found Touchwood a good place with 2 balconies. And then we told the watchman, okay, this is where we want to live. So he gave us the real estate company's number.
Okay.
We reached out to them.
And then from there-
because we didn't have a real estate agent, we did not have to go through a lot. I mean, we
Okay.
just submitted our documents to them. They got our ejari. They took a little, what do you call it?
Maintenance amount.
Maintenance fee.
And
Deposit.
Security deposit.
Security deposit.
Yeah, so
Right.
security
Yeah.
deposit, a maintenance fee, and a little for them, their service fee.
Right.
Because they're getting all our work done.
Yeah.
We signed our documents, and it was like a matter of like one day. We
Okay.
signed our documents today, we got our keys the next day.
Okay.
And for this particular apartment, when we signed up the first year,
Mhm.
we had 13 months to our lease.
Okay.
1 month was free, and we paid 12 months.
You pay 12 months, right?
So that was very good. Like there are these kind of deals available in Dubai. So that's a we got apartment in Dubai, and the rest of Sharjah and all is pretty much the same. Now there used to be only one difference. In Dubai, when you're signing your lease, it's a 1-year lease.
Right.
Sharjah, they take a 3-year lease. So
Oh.
for 3 years, your rent stays the same.
Same. Okay.
That's by law of the
Okay.
government.
Okay.
In Dubai, every year they hike up your rent.
Okay.
So we were very fortunate. We got this apartment right after COVID.
COVID. Okay.
That's when
so
the prices
were good.
like really dropped.
Right.
And after the prices dropped, we got our apartment, and every year they've only increased it about 5 to 7%.
5 to 7%.
So we're still relatively in a very affordable place.
Right.
Because now if I move out from my apartment and someone else is coming into this building,
Right.
they're going to be paying at least about 15,000 more than what we are paying.
Wow.
Their
That's a
house.
lot.
So that's a lot of money.
So when you say 15,000, are we looking at yearly? or
Yearly.
We are looking at
So
yearly.
we
so that's
do,
how it
yeah.
comes
So
out.
I pay we pay 4 checks a year
Okay.
at our place, but
Right.
you have an option.
Okay.
You can like give the same people a monthly check.
Okay.
You can give them 4 checks a year, or you can give them 6 checks a year.
Okay.
So in Sharjah, that's what Sunny does
Okay,
for
so
his
it's-
apartment.
it's
So he
different.
pays 6 checks every
Right.
2 months. He clears out a check.
Okay.
We do it every 3 months. For me, I don't want to go every
Yeah,
2
yeah,
months
yeah,
doing
yeah.
my.
It's a hassle
If
for
I,
you
if
as
it was
well.
left
yeah.
up to me, I would have given 2 checks a year
Right.
and just be done,
Done
with
with
it. But yeah, I mean, we do
That's how
4
the
checks
rules
a year.
are.
That's how the rules. So they just give you. They're very flexible. Payment options are flexible.
Flexible.
You just need to find the right building.
Right.
It's not everyone that's as flexible. You find what you're looking for,
looking
and it's very easy. We have different sites.
Okay.
We got Beaumont.com.
Yeah, that's what was my next question. That do
Yeah.
you have websites where you can also go and have a look?
Yeah, and
Okay.
these websites give us multiple accommodation options. So
Oh, very
Sunny
nice.
would know
So,
about that.
And sorry, before we start, I just wanted to ask. So you are in a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom,
Oh
or
yes,
how?
we are in a 2-bedroom hall kitchen.
Okay. you
So
are in
we've
2-bedroom.
got a hall with the balcony, then we've got 1 bedroom to me,
Right.
and we've got a common bathroom.
Okay.
So that common bathroom is for my bedroom and for the hall.
Hall, okay.
And then Simi, my sister, she has the master bedroom. It's a bigger space
Right.
with its own private bathroom.
Right.
Then we've got our kitchen, and then our kitchen leads out into another small balcony.
Right.
We use that balcony that balcony is spacious enough to have a dining table and
Oh, very
everything.
nice. That's a good size.
Yeah,
That's a
so
very
that's
good size.
like you can have a 4-seater dining table. You
Very
can
nice.
have a mini desk and all. We just use it for completely other purposes because we have to hang our clothes there to dry.
Yes, of course,
So,
of course.
I mean, typical Indian
Yeah,
family.
yeah, no.
So that's what we use it for. But yeah, you can use it. It's a nice place.
Nice.
Well, even the flat comes with the inbuilt wardrobes, which usually people spend money on to buy.
Right. Okay.
But the flat does come with an inbuilt wardrobe in both the bedrooms.
Both the bedrooms.
Yeah. So that's pretty cost saving when it comes to setting up your bedroom.
I
There.
just wanted to ask one more thing. That when you got this apartment, was it furnished or was it unfurnished?
Unfurnished.
So it's so
Yeah,
you do
it's
get
furnished.
options of furnished apartments
There
as well.
is, and
There
those
is.
are way too expensive.
Expensive.
Okay.
Because you're not paying just for the one time, you're
Right.
paying the same price throughout.
Throughout.
Because you're renting even
Exactly.
the furniture.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're paying for the place and the furniture. But a lot of people also use that
Okay.
because the people who use that know that they're in Dubai very temporarily.
Okay.
They know that they don't want to set down their lives there. They're there
Right.
for 2 to 5 years.
Right.
So investing in,
Investing so much at first it doesn't make any
Doesn't make
sense.
any
It's
sense.
just like one step at a time. You just rent and then
Yeah,
you
you
slowly
go from
start
there.
towards your real estate
Yeah,
journey.
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
correct. So coming to the question which you asked about the websites,
Yes.
we have Doobzil and
Okay.
Biot, which are the two prominent websites where people go to search different kind of places which they want to rent. Now, as she already spoke about the rental process in Sharjah and Dubai, it's almost the same.
Okay.
The difference between both would be slightly marginal in terms of cost because, like we say, Dubai is a place where the rent is high, but people are going into Sharjah because the rent is lower.
Low.
Yeah, and that's for affordability again.
Right. Right.
Now, people who do not earn much, who
Mhm.
are within a bracket of, let's say, between 3,000 to 5.5 or 6,000 dirhams a month,
Right.
cannot afford a 1 BHK or 2 BHK in Dubai.
So a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom apartment.
One
yeah.
bedroom or 2 bedroom apartment in Dubai. So what they would choose probably is something known as a room space.
Okay.
So a room space would probably give them the entire furnished room
Okay.
with a bathroom. That's
Okay.
your master bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, or they could choose something which is a less cheaper unit, which is only the bedroom
Okay.
and a common washroom out.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
how does that work?
Mhm.
It's basically if I am renting out the apartment,
Mhm.
I will sublease it to someone else.
Okay.
So, in case, let's say you want to come in and you want to stay in a room space and
Right.
you don't have that much of a budget,
Budget.
you will rent out that room from me
Okay.
and you will pay me on a monthly basis.
Oh.
But again,
Right.
you have no written contract. Yeah, but
Mhm.
it's on my contract.
Okay.
And you pay me on a monthly basis. So that's where affordability comes in for the people who are drawing lesser amounts.
Lesser amount. So let's say you are on a contract
Correct.
where you're renting, and you also have an option of subleasing the
Subleasing it.
same.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Now, for people who have low budgets,
Mhm.
who are probably earning somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000,
Right.
renting out a room space will be very difficult for them.
Oh,
So
okay.
in that case, what they would do is go into a sharing. So in
Right.
one room, there would be bunk beds where there would be 4 people in one room.
In one room.
And then they would rent out a bed space.
Okay.
So in that bed space, they would have a bed, they would have a small cabinet over there to keep their clothes, and that's about it. Rest of their stuff, they have to accommodate it under their beds. So that would again give them an option to live in Dubai or Sharjah
Mhm.
at a lower cost and still have a bed where they could probably come and crash out, sleep
Right,
in, and then move on with their lives. So they have these options available.
Interesting.
And then at the end of the day, you're coming to a country where you need to save
Yes.
and take back.
Yes.
So it's pretty nice to see that these options are available for
Right.
everyone, but at the same time keeping in mind that no one is going over budget
Right.
and still is pocket friendly.
Right, right. Oh yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
I know that. And if we talk about Sharjah and Dubai, how much of a rent difference, like you were mentioning, is lesser? But
now
how
I think
how
that's
lesser?
a myth, especially the ones who are living right across the border,
Right.
because the fact that you're so close to Dubai, by default your prices on the other side of the Dubai Sharjah border that leans into Sharjah are expensive.
Oh.
They're almost as expensive as Dubai.
Right.
But the
okay.
further more you go into Sharjah, the prices drop tremendously. So I know friends of mine who've got 2 and 3 bedroom halls who are at least paying 25 to 30% lesser than what I'm paying.
What you're saying?
I
Okay.
have a friend who was living further into Sharjah, which was very close to the Cornish, and he had a bungalow and he was paying 28,000 for the entire year, and we pay 55,000 for the entire year for a 2 bedroom hall. So 28 is like less than half of that.
Okay.
And he had a bungalow. He had a lawn
Wow.
outside his
Okay.
front, a lawn behind.
So it's
and he had
basically the
another-
convenience, you know.
Yeah,
that's
so it's
that
convenience.
that's what is.
Because now he had to
most
sacrifice
important.
on his time because he would travel to work 2.5 hours
Wow.
to only get to work, because that's the disadvantage of being in Sharjah. You got to beat it. They call it the Sharjah traffic.
Okay.
So in the morning you're taking that traffic with you to Dubai because everyone's going to work.
Yeah.
And then when you're going home, you're taking the traffic back home with you.
Mm.
So everyone's going home. So that is the biggest disadvantage of being in Sharjah.
One thing about what she said, I'll add on is, let's say if you're on the border of Dubai and Sharjah and you're living in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you're paying 50,000 for a 1 bedroom apartment.
Mm-hmm.
In the same cost, you will get a 3 bedroom apartment in the heart of Sharjah, which is further away into Sharjah, away from the border.
Wow.
So that's the big difference. But now, like she said, if you're on the Sharjah-Dubai border or the Dubai-Sharjah border, the prices are the same.
Same, wow.
Regardless
Okay.
whether you're in Sharjah or Dubai, because at the end of it, it's the same area or the same kilometer radius.
Right.
So people who are living in Sharjah on the border are paying the same amount what they're paying in Dubai.
The fence is just an illusion.
Illusion, nothing
an
else.
illusion.
It's nothing.
Complete
The
illusion.
fence is just an illusion.
But-
It's pretty much the same area.
So the whole idea is how far are you into Sharjah or how close you are to
Dubai.
That's where your price market goes up or down.
Down.
Yep.
No, that makes sense. My next question would be with your apartment, what's the parking space that you get?
So for each apartment, there's only one parking space available across all Emirates.
Okay.
That's a basic and that's a mandate.
Okay.
But we do have many other projects which usually have parking spaces in the building.
Okay.
But for that, it is still charged for.
Okay.
So there's certain amount which is charged based on the floor on which you're going to park.
All right.
So it differs from building to building, management to management. But if you take the area as a whole, it would be approximately the same across that. But in Dubai, you have
One car park.
one car park per flat.
Per flat. So it doesn't really matter. You have 2 bedrooms in it. You have 3 bedrooms.
Doesn't
in
matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. It's one parking per flat.
It. Per flat.
That's correct.
And then do you have any possibility of parking outside on the street? Or
Yes. So all buildings, all residential areas around
Right.
have government parking spaces
Okay.
in front of the building and behind it.
Okay.
And that is again charged on an hourly basis or
Oh, okay.
2 hours. So they
Right.
have different brackets.
And then overnight as well.
Yeah.
I'm
So
assuming.
Overnight's
overnights parking
Okay.
is free in
Overnights.
Dubai
That's good.
from 10 p.m. until 8 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
8 a.m.
And another thing is, a good thing which Dubai has done is that if you need to park for the whole day, the charges are much more cheaper than you paying hourly or 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That's
you have that
interesting.
option also. So
Okay.
let's say you're parking the car from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. There would be a very minimal charge compared to what you would be paying hourly.
Oh, very nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
and the same thing is applicable in Sharjah in terms
Okay.
of that. But the free parking slot is only from 12 a.m. until 6 a.m.
AM.
That's the
Okay.
difference between the Sharjah and Dubai.
Dubai timings. Okay. That's good. So I want to move on to the next question, which is utilities. How do you manage utilities? Is it included in your rent or you're paying it over and above? Can you just walk me through utilities?
Well, for me, of course, if you have your own apartment, you're paying it on your own and
Okay.
it's separate and it's not featured into your rent.
Okay.
For sublets and all that, it depends on who is subletting it.
Okay.
Like if I were to sublet a room in my house,
Right.
I would want to keep it fixed
Yeah.
and make sure that lump sum amount is coming to me irrespective.
Right.
And I know how to, manage my deva.
So what happens in Canada, I'm just going to compare this with
Yeah.
Canada, is when you have your basements rented, so upstairs and basement they have 1 meter, so you divide the utilities, it's like 30%. Or
Oh.
sometimes you just add it in the rent.
Yeah.
So it depends how you want to do it.
So
So I'm assuming it would be the same if you're
It's the same,
subletting, is you
yeah.
can either have a percentage or you can have
Yeah.
Yeah.
a fixed amount that you
Different
want.
people do it differently. Like when I was new in Dubai, I
Right.
was staying with another family.
Okay.
So they were subletting their room to me,
Okay.
and they would charge me separately. So
Okay.
I was paying a fixed amount for my sublet room,
Okay.
about 2,500 way back when, 10 years ago.
Okay.
And every time the Deva bill would come,
Okay.
they just split it. We just split it equally
Okay.
among everyone who was staying in the house.
Right.
There were 5 people. It was split 5
Five.
ways.
Okay.
So and
That
they'd
makes sense.
share it on the group, and be like, okay, this is the rent, so this is how much you have to add to your rent. So it was very fair.
Okay.
But a lot of people do it like now. Sunny's sister-in-law, Siona,
Yeah, yeah.
she's staying in Dubai. It's
Okay.
a fixed rent for her.
Right.
She's also got a room sublet to herself.
Okay.
She pays a lump sum amount irrespective of what the bill is in that house. So
Okay.
it depends on the one who is subletting it.
Right. Right.
Now for me, for us, because it's our home on
Mm-hmm.
paper, we've leased it out for a year. We pay our own Deva bills, and it's called Deva,
Okay.
Dubai Electric and Water Authority.
Right.
For Sharjah Electric and Water Authority. So Deva is basically the Deva Electric and Water Association. Our bills are called Deva bills. And in Sharjah, it's Sharjah Electric and Water Association. Electricity and Water Association.
Water Association.
So they call it Seva.
Okay.
So we have a Deva bill. it's broken down into electric bill, water consumption bill, which we have to pay for,
Okay.
and then there is a municipal fee,
Okay.
and there's also something called as a garbage disposal fee, because we've got a
Interesting.
garbage chute in our building.
Okay.
So we are also paying for the government to come to your building and collect your garbage every day
Right.
or every 2 days.
Right.
You know? So it's broken down and everything is on your bill based on your consumption. They give you how many kilowatts you're consuming, how many
Right.
gallons of water you've consumed,
Okay.
and you have an app
Okay.
on your phone. In
And then you
fact,
can-
sometimes if your consumption has gone overboard, like you overused more than the previous months, you get a trend and they send you an alert. Like, listen,
Oh.
you know, this month for some reason your water bill is like super high.
Super high.
And you got to go back and check if there are any taps or something leaking without your knowledge.
Which is good because that way you track everything on your
Conserve it.
monthly basis what's
Yeah,
going
and they
on.
also let us know how much our neighbors in the building are using.
Oh, wow.
And I know for a
Okay.
fact that my sister and me use way more than our neighbors. Because they're always like, listen, you are so and so above an average of your neighbors. And I
Oh.
can't for the life of me understand because we're 2 girls
Right.
and they were families of
Hmm.
4 and 5.
Wow.
So I don't know what we are doing to use so
Something
much.
is
not right.
not right.
Not right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's what it is, and the electric bill comes on your name because
Okay.
once you fill out the paperwork,
Right.
it's called the ejari.
Right.
The ejari work is done, and your release is on your name. You take that ejari and you take that release number and you go and upload it on the Deva website.
Okay.
And you get an account. That
Okay.
account number is registered on the owner, the renter's
Renter's
name, or the
name.
leaser's
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
And that becomes you.
Okay.
And for as long as I'm in Dubai renting out places on my name, that Deva number belongs to me.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if I move to another apartment.
Okay.
That Deva number and that deposit that I've given them will just follow through to the next apartment.
Okay.
So
So
it
you
stays
don't
like
have to
that.
register each and every time.
Yeah, each
It
and
just
every time.
moves from apartment
Yeah.
to apartment.
And like when I switch between 2 apartments, to clear out any residual payments, they use my deposit money from the previous apartment
Right.
and carry forward this to the next apartment. And then I
Right.
just top it up
Right.
with whatever. I think it's a 1,000 dirham top up that I've
1,000,
done.
yes.
Okay. So there's a deposit that you need to.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah. So another thing that because talking about Deva and talking about bills, another thing that you actually have to look out for is when you're renting out space, whether you're taking an apartment that's chiller free, which is always more beneficial.
Sorry, what was
Chiller
that?
free.
Chiller free. Okay.
So there's centralized AC.
Okay.
Or if you're taking something where it requires you to install an air conditioning into the room.
So what is the exact meaning of chiller free?
So chiller free as in you've got centralized AC across
Okay.
the entire building.
Okay.
So you don't have to invest in putting an air condition, you know, into your room and everything. It's just
So it's
centralized,
central air
yeah.
conditioning.
So
Okay.
we've got 2 consoles. What is it called? Regulators.
Regulators.
Okay.
One is in
Yeah.
the building, one is in the bedroom, and one is in the hall room.
Right.
And we can switch on whichever, whenever.
Oh, okay. So
There's
it's controlled.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's only one drawback with that we feel is because it's centralized.
Right.
Whatever people cook in their house, a lot of it goes up into the vents and it stays there. And when you switch the AC on,
You're getting that
you're
smell.
getting that smell in your house, and that is for
Oh.
any building that is like this.
So basically, the exhaust system and your air conditioner are mixing up.
Mixing it
the,
up.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only drawback that we feel. Otherwise, it's also very convenient because our bills are very limited.
Limited.
You know,
Okay.
so there's that.
Right.
And yeah, of course, water is water,
Okay.
and even Seva is more or less the same.
Okay.
But they don't pay for AC, do you?
No, so again, like she said,
Mhm.
it's the same in Sharjah too in terms of chiller free,
Okay.
and where you have your home AC.
Mhm.
So it's again, if it's chiller free, your electricity bill is relatively less.
Okay.
Because you don't need to pay at times because it's added in your yearly contract.
Right.
And otherwise, if you have ACs in your flats, then
Mhm.
you need to pay the Seva bill, which again, as she mentioned earlier, it's your electricity consumption, your water, your garbage disposal, and your municipal fee. So everything is added.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, one thing where it's easier to get your bill less
Mhm.
is where people, instead of using the ACs,
Mhm.
they get tower fans into their rooms, or
Right.
they install ceiling fans or stand fans.
Okay.
So that relatively gets the bill low. So let's say if you're paying on an average 800 to 1,000 dirhams a month,
Mhm.
with the AC off and your fans in place, you would come down to a 500 or a 400 billing per month.
Right.
So that's literally 50% or 45% less than what you're actually paying on an
Paying.
AC.
Right.
So that's our billing structure for Sharjah and Dubai.
So I want to just ask you one more thing in terms of fans and ACs. Are you using that all year round, or there are some times when you don't need it and sometimes you feel the need?
So, because Dubai is a place of the desert,
Right.
9 months. A
That's
year,
why I'm
Correct.
kind of asking that
So
question.
9 months a year, you probably need the AC in the afternoons and in the nights.
Okay.
But late October, right up till late February, is where the climate tends to cool down more.
Okay.
So the use of AC reduces completely, and you wouldn't need the fan also at that point.
Right.
But people who need the fan operates the fan during that period.
Obviously.
But post February, right up till October, is where people really need the AC because the temperature really rises,
Right.
and there is no other option.
Right.
But an alternate use of the AC would also be that they keep the AC on for say approximately an hour or two,
Right.
and then run their tower fans or stand fans for
Right.
the next 4 hours because of already the temperature being
is-
cool
yeah,
in the room
yeah,
to
yeah,
circulate
yeah.
that air. So that's how they again manage the billing and try not to go overboard with the electricity bills.
Of course. Oh yeah, that's interesting. That brings down to my next question would be challenges. We all have challenges, so I want to know what kind of challenges you had during this process.
Well, one of the main challenges is that the garbage disposal fee was never a part of what the Deva bills used to be, and they've suddenly started adding it. So that
Okay.
was an additional expense that we did not expect, and that is one challenge pretty much throughout your stay in the Middle East, not just UAE. In the Middle East, you got to look out for. The government keeps imposing certain expenses every now and then that adds to your monthly expenses, and then you have to keep budgeting for it.
Okay.
So now, yes, we have our cars,
Mhm.
but we have to pay for parking pretty much wherever we go outside our building.
Wow.
Like even now, we've got 2 cars in the same family. One car has to pay for parking outside the house,
Oh, okay.
especially when you're not in the office.
Right,
Now
right, right,
I go
right,
to
right.
office and I'm still paying for parking the entire day because
Oh.
my parking is not. My office does not provide parking. I go
Okay.
to a mall. I'm paying parking after the 3rd hour.
Right.
I stand anywhere on the street even for 15 minutes and I have to pay for parking. And
Oh.
it's not like you can get away with it because the 5 minutes that you chose to take a chance
Right.
is when there'll be a car around snapping you and you get a 150 dirham fine.
Yes.
So to save 2 dirhams or 5 dirhams, you've gone ahead and
You
got
got-
yourself a
yeah,
fine for
yeah,
it. So
yeah,
these,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
tolls.
Right.
So these tolls
Okay.
are again something that's newly added into the system this January 25.
Right.
Tolls from 4 dirhams became 6 dirhams.
Right. Right. Right.
Tolls that were non-existent suddenly got added on a route.
Right.
Tolls that never belonged on one particular freeway, now all of a sudden you're paying 2 toll rates on that freeway.
Oh.
So, and this is every year it's getting more and more upgraded.
Right.
You're paying more tolls.
Right.
So yes, we don't pay taxes, but you have to plan for these mandatory expenses when you're moving into the country.
Right.
Because it exists.
Right.
And these
Right.
are challenges because when you come here, yes, we are coming over here to earn tax-free money, but you are paying for a very high-end life.
Right. Right.
And that goes back to the government
Back
in
to
some
the
form or the other.
100%.
And that's in your utility bills.
Right.
That's in your parking fees.
Right.
That's in your road tolls.
Right.
You are giving it back to the government for sure.
Right. Right.
Well, for Dubai, at least I can proudly say that yes, they do have parking space available in the building, so they don't have to additionally pay for parking. So, as she said, in Dubai, parking is available for every flat in the building, but in Sharjah, it's quite the opposite. In Sharjah, most of the buildings back then did not have parking space, and once the parking space were built, it wasn't free with the building. You had to pay additionally for that. And the buildings built after, though the parkings are parking 1 to P7, that's parking 7, it's still not owned with the flat. You have to pay additionally for your parking. That's
Okay. Wow.
depending on the floor at
Wow.
which you're parking.
Yeah.
So let's say if you want a parking spot in P1, the cost is the highest. It would go up to 3,000 dirhams a month.
Wow.
I'm sorry, a year.
A year.
But
Okay.
if you go higher up the floors, it would still reduce, but you're still paying a lot of money per year for your parking. But then at the end of the day, it's better to keep your car in a secured place than to
Right.
keep it on the road
Right.
and paying on a daily basis.
100%.
Like she said,
Yes.
if you miss paying even for 5 minutes for your parking spot on the
You'll
government
get a
area,
ticket,
you're
yeah.
going to get a ticket immediately.
Immediately.
And then you'll keep accumulating those tickets, and then you're going to be paying hefty fines.
Yeah.
So people then choose the easier way of paying a yearly amount
Right.
in the buildings, and though it pinches the pocket, it's still being.
It's still better
safer.
to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
I would say that.
Absolutely.
We feel very sorry after some time because we're paying all the time.
Right,
Fines.
right,
True,
right,
true.
I
right.
just got fined $600 about 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
I didn't even know I was over speeding, so it's not my fault.
Yeah, no, that's
So
true.
my initial year of after getting a license and getting my car, the only fines I paid were parking fines, which racked up to about 2,000 dirhams the whole year.
Oh my god.
Because it was new to me, I forgot to pay parking in certain places, and I kept taking tickets for that.
And then you have to pay everything in one go, or you can just pay them.
You can pay it in one go, but here's the catch. Every year you renew your
License.
your insurance.
Insurance,
To
right?
renew your insurance, you got to get your
Oh.
car checked by the government entity.
Okay.
Baldia. Like I think they call it
Mulkia.
Mulkia.
Okay.
You got to get a Mulkia done, which is a car registration card.
Okay.
So they won't clear you until you've
Until you
cleared your
cleared-
fines.
Okay.
So you clear your fines, you go to them, they clear you, and then you go to the insurance company to renew your
Renew.
insurance for the vehicle. So it's all tied up to each other.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can't get away.
You can't get away.
And
You
there
don't
goes your
get
money
away.
again.
Again.
And you're not allowed to drive an expired vehicle. on the
Registration
road.
on the road.
Otherwise, they impound it immediately.
Oh wow. Dubai, that way rules are really strict.
And
with
you
Dubai.
accumulate black points on your license,
Oh,
which
wow.
is not a very nice thing.
Wow, wow.
So that's again something you need to look forward to. Though the rules are good,
Right.
it gives you everything, but at the same time, if you do not follow the rules, if you are not really careful about the laws of the land, you're going to be paying fines and you're going to be in trouble.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something you can't do in a country like Dubai. You want to be
Yeah.
really careful with
But I
everything.
think that is what makes it safer for all of us,
Hmm.
which is why
Oh,
we
yeah.
enjoy living
That's
there.
why
I mean, it
people
may
are
be
moving to
harsh.
Dubai.
Yeah, it may be
That's-
harsh, but it makes it safe for all of us. So
Well,
we like it.
Challenges in Dubai and Sharjah and across the UAE are the same mostly for all people. It's just that how you're looking at it, how you're dealing with it,
Right.
and whether you really have that mentality to pull through,
Yeah.
with each and every
Yeah.
obstacle that's coming your way. It's not an easy life
No,
until
definitely.
you choose to make it the way you want it to be.
Yes.
But otherwise, if you sit and sob over it, it's never going to be all right. It's
No.
never going to get better.
Yeah.
But it's
that's
again a
true.
struggle of how you're taking things forward and how good you want to make it and how better you're going to be over there.
Yeah. So you are not only looking at what's good, but you also should know what are the challenges and
Yeah.
how life is going to be in Dubai.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
And somebody shouldn't feel that the grass is always green
On the other side.
on
of
the other side.
Yeah,
You should know your
true.
facts and see
Yes.
how best it will work for
But
you.
as everyone say that Dubai and the UAE is a land of opportunity, that
Yes.
is 100% correct.
Right.
But the opportunity should be at the right time.
Yes.
You shouldn't jump into something that you do not know about.
Perfect.
It's better to go researching about everything
Yeah.
and then take a decision in moving forward.
Perfect. That brings down to my last question is, let's say somebody wants to start their search process for renting from India. You think there is any option that they have?
Yeah, this is the same website Sunny spoke about.
Okay.
We've got Dubizzle, we've got Beaumont.
Right.
You can go on to any of these websites and research where you want to stay, what you want to see. If you already know which area you want to look at or
Right.
spend your time and
Right.
you know you want to live in that area,
Right.
you just
Right.
put that in.
Right.
If you want to even explore areas,
Right.
it gives you options. It shows
Right.
you what neighborhoods are most in demand.
Right.
Or you put your budget. There are so many filters. You put whatever filter suits you.
Right.
And you look for what you want. It's very simple. You
Perfect.
look at it and what you're looking at is exactly what you're going to get, because these websites are monitored by the government again.
Okay.
So they can't put up fake ads, they can't put up morphed pictures or anything like that.
That's what people are afraid of, that
Yeah.
when they're looking something online, they don't want surprises.
No.
Somebody taking your money and then end up not giving
And
you anything.
most important is what I would say is that none of these websites will take any money from you before they've shown you anything.
Okay.
So if someone's asking you for money, you cannot fall for that trap. These are not. This is
That's
not
the
how
red
it works.
flag.
Yeah,
If
that's the
somebody is
red flag.
asking you for money, that's
So
the red
you
flag.
just simply get in touch with the number and coordinate with them. But there's no money handling.
Okay.
Even if they tell you give me 10,000 or give me 1,000 to put your down payment to secure your spot, no.
Absolutely.
And the amount of flats, and in the last 1 year, there's so many new projects gone into commission I mean, from what I read in our local newspapers and from what research I do and know, there's almost, I mean, there's a gap of almost 5 to 8% between the influx of residents
Yes.
Okay.
and the orders that have gone into commission. So the demand is much lesser than the supply that's coming out in 2026. So there's always going to be space for anyone who wants to look for apartments.
Right.
There's always going to be buildings available. So it's not like because you missed out on this apartment, you're not going to find what you want. You're always going to find what you want.
Yeah, true. And
Right.
when you're coming in for the first time, it's always good to understand what's your pocket like,
Yes.
what's your budget like.
Budget is
And
most important.
It's always good to probably go into a room space earlier.
Okay. So
Even
take
if
one
you're
step
coming
at
in,
a
one
time.
step at a time.
Right.
Okay, and there's a lot of options available, as Sharon said. You have Airbnbs available.
Right.
You have room spaces available. You have bed spaces available. But again, room space ideally or Airbnb, which is at a budget cost, would probably be the best options for someone who's just entering the country, who's probably exploring the country, looking for job opportunities. Even if you're a tourist,
Yes.
why not?
Yes.
And that's how they take things forward. So one step at a time should be.
Yeah,
ideal.
no, 100%. I believe that's how it should be. And then that's the best way you can manage everything perfectly is once you start with and take all the steps.
Absolutely.
So your next plan would be from renting to owning?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, as they say.
As they say. Hopefully.
Thank you so
Oh,
much
sure.
for your time.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much. I
sir.
hope this information would be really helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions, do mention in the comment section, and we'll try to answer as much as we can.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
And
much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Usman.
thank you so much for your time. And thank you for watching.